But how do we not think about digitization and automation and all these sort of big brother type technologies in a purely negative way? Can you talk a little bit about, I mean, you've run a big firm, you've been involved in this game for a long time, you've been involved in, the digital accounting community for a while. Like, what else is positive about these things, and what opportunities are there for practitioners and members to leverage things and these changes for good and for increased value and increased profits?
I think for me it comes down to simplicity. And I look at all these things as helping us to simplify things. And one of the reasons why I love the simplicity aspect is it gives us more time to do stuff that really matters. So one of the ways I look at, especially when we consider the threat of technology as accountants, I mean, that's something, that's talked about a lot. And I'm sure a lot of us do wonder, what is it going to look like in 5 to 10 years from now? Am I going to have a job? And I think the answer to that question will depend on your philosophy of the world, or your worldview, and specifically as regards the economy. Now, when we go to university, Economics 101, what is the definition of economy? And the first answer that comes up is, it's about the management of scarce resources, the scarcity principle. Now, where does that come from? What I've learned, it comes from a very well-known economist called John Malthus, late 1700s. And if I may paraphrase, he was the father of pessimism. And if you look at the world in that way, then your natural reaction is going to be, I've got to protect my turf. I've got to make sure that I've got enough to make a living, because there's too many people. And with that worldview, you can imagine, you can link it back to all the things that has happened in the past, that we don't even have to talk about. An easy way to think about it is with that kind of thinking, you would argue that every time a new person is born, the GDP per capita reduces. And therefore, every time a cow is born, it increases. How sad. I mean, that's a tragedy to think about it that way. So the opposite to that is, if I may redefine economy, and this is not my own thoughts, this is stuff I've learned, is economy is not about scarcity. The economy is about the lot of people. It's about people and how they improve their own lot in life. And if you think about it that way, it's no longer about what can I do to protect my own turf. It's about what skills do I have that I can leverage to add more value. Every time a new person is born, there's new ideas, there's new creativity that can stretch whatever resources we have even further. Think about the transition from the Bronze Age to the Iron Age. Imagine the person who discovered iron was never born. The point is, and how I manage it is, I look at these things and I say, my goodness, I don't want to spend all my time fretting over debits and credits and compliance issues. That's not interesting.
It's very sad.
I want to create time so that I can spend that time leveraging my own creativity. We've got a front row seat of how businesses operate. We're probably the best equipped to teach other people how businesses work. So when you put the slide up about the cash flow, and that's just a different view of how we can view businesses. And imagine us being able to have those kind of conversations with our clients, as opposed to turnover increased, debits go there, credits go there. It's important, but there's technology that can help us make it faster.